Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to live story time. My name is Miss Mary. Most of you know me by now. Welcome to live story time. Today I have some fun stories to share about vegetables. This was a theme that actually came to me yesterday, and I'm usually not that spur of the moment with my themes. I usually have them planned out, but this week I was just like, I don't know what I want to read about. And then I found this awesome book in the new book section, and it was about vegetables. And I said, that's this week's theme. It kind of fell into place from there. And I have some really great stories for you today about vegetables and vegetable gardens and growing vegetable soup, which is basically, a book about growing the vegetables and then making a delicious soup out of it. It's starting to get cooler out, so although today is not really, but it's starting to get cooler out, so maybe it's going to be vegetable soup season soon. So, like I said, this week's theme just kind of fell right into my lap yesterday after I read that story. Hi, Margie. Hi, Sammy. Welcome to Storytime. Sorry for a little bit of a late start today. It happens sometimes. And as always, I hope you enjoy the stories today. And I hope that please say hello in the comments like Margie did with Sammy. Please say hello in the comments so that I can give you a shout out. And I always love doing that. I'm so happy to be able to see the comments again. There were some times when I couldn't. So, without further ado, and it's funny because there was one book that I decided to read today that I was going to save for closer to Halloween, but then I said, no, this is good for today. This is good for the vegetable theme. So let's get started with growing vegetable soup. And this is written and illustrated by Lois Ehlert. Okay, so this is a classic, so you may have heard of this one before, but I think there's some in my stack today that you have never heard of. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Braylon. Welcome to Storytime. Glad you could join. Oh, I'm going to do one more thing before I start. I wanted to just share this live stream so we hopefully get some more people. So again, say hi in the chat, in the comments, and I will be sure to give you a shout out if I'm mid-story. When that happens, I'll get you after the story. All right, here we go with Growing Vegetable Soup by Lois Ehlert. Okay, here we go. Dad says we are going to grow vegetable soup. We're ready to work and our tools are ready too. Okay. We are planting the seeds. Okay. I see a green bean seed, a pea seed, corn, zucchini, carrot seeds, which are so little when they first start. And all the sprouts, like tomatoes, potatoes, broccoli, peppers, cabbage. Oh my. This is quite the vegetable garden, right? And giving them water, right? We need water for our plants and vegetables to grow. Okay. And waiting for warm sun to make them grow. That's right, we need the sun to make our vegetables grow. And you see that? They are growing. We don't see any vegetables yet, but the green is growing. And the vegetables aren't far behind. And grow. Oh my. Right? It's really growing in there. And grow into plants. And this is neat. This is a squash blossom, and you can actually eat those. I didn't know that until recently. Okay. You start seeing some peas, right, in the pod. We watch over them and weed. Okay, you take out the plants that you don't need, okay? Until the vegetables are ready for us to pick. Oh, yum, I see tomatoes and peppers and corn. Or dig up, right? Because carrots grow in the ground and so do potatoes. And carry home with us. Then we wash them and cut them and put them in a pot of water. Look at all of these vegetables. And cook them into vegetable soup. At last, it's time to eat it all up. It was the best soup ever. Oops. And we can grow it again next year. Okay, so that is growing vegetable soup. Hope you enjoyed that story. And I asked a question in my description, but I'm gonna ask it again. If you could tell me in the comments what your favorite vegetable is, and this can go for the parents and the children. I'd love to hear both because I mean, even the grown-ups have favorites. And a vegetable that you just don't like for some reason. Maybe you tried it once and it just wasn't for you, or maybe you never tried it, but you just know you don't like it. I have some like that, to be honest. My favorite vegetable, I actually like a lot of them because not a lot of people know, but Miss Mary, I'm vegan, so I actually like a lot of vegetables. Carrots, I find pretty yummy. I like zucchini. I like asparagus. Vegetables that I don't like. This is going to be one that I've never tried, but I just feel like I've heard things about it that it makes me nervous to try. I don't know if I ever really want to try okra. Someone try and convince me in the comments if maybe okra is awesome and I just don't know about it. I'm willing to give it a chance because for the longest time I hated mushrooms. And as an adult, I have grown to love mushrooms. So anything is possible. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about vegetables and what your favorite and least favorite veggies are. Okay. This one is called The Surprise Garden by Zoe Hall. The Surprise Garden. Interesting. We're planting the seeds for a surprise garden. Can you guess what we will grow? We don't know. It's a surprise. First, we use our trowel and rake to loosen the soil. Mom has given us each a handful of seeds, a handful of all kinds of seeds. Look at the different shapes and sizes. All right, it makes sense that different vegetables have different types of seeds. We poke the seeds into the soil one by one. We have painted sticks different colors to mark the different kinds of seeds. Then we water the seeds and wait for our surprise garden to grow. It's a running theme with gardens, right? You always have to water. Soon, the seeds sprout into small green shoots. We water the plants and the sun warms them. Our garden grows and grows. On some plants, flowers bloom. Before long, the petals fall off. Surprise! We see peas, beans, and squash. Right? Yellow squash. also known as summer squash. On some plants, leaves grow close to the ground. Surprise! We see spinach and lettuce. And what is growing here? Surprise! We see broccoli and cauliflower. Ooh, I love cauliflower too. Is anything growing here? Surprise! We find carrots and radishes. They are growing under the ground. Here is the longest plant in our garden. Flowers bloomed on this plant too. Surprise! We find a big watermelon. Oh my, that is huge. Here is the tallest plant in our garden. Surprise! It's a sunflower and it is full of tasty seeds. That's right, sunflower seeds are very tasty. All summer long, the food in our surprise garden ripens. We like to pick the food and eat it too. Surprise! We are having a garden party. So that looks like a delicious salad. And of course, watermelon and some sunflower seeds. Looks yummy to me. Okay. And that is the surprise garden. Braylon likes green beans and broccoli. Yay, a broccoli lover. I like broccoli too. I know it is not always a favorite for children. I don't know if it's the texture, the taste, the smell, but I love broccoli, so I'm glad to hear that Braylon likes it too. That's awesome. And anyone else who is here, please say hello in the comments and let me know what kind of veggies you like and what you might not like. Sammy likes carrots. Sammy and I are good friends. Yep, I get it. I love carrots too. Baby carrots, they're great to just snack on. They're great cooked. Love carrots. Okay. And we actually have a story about carrots coming up, but not quite yet. This one is another vegetable garden theme, but this one is also, oh, hi Alexandra, hi Anastasia, another broccoli fan. Awesome. That's great. I love hearing the interactive comments. This is great. Broccoli. Love broccoli. Okay. And I think I said it mid-book that I like cauliflower too. Not a lot of vegetables that I don't like, but okra kind of scares me. Okay, so this one is called Oliver's Vegetables by Vivian French, and this one is another one that's about a garden, but it has a twist. Oliver is a very picky eater, but he learns how to turn that around a little bit after visiting his grandparents. So let's take a look. Here we go. Okay. Finish up, Oliver, said his mother, or we'll miss the bus. Can't we walk to Grandpa's house? Asked Oliver. No, said his mother. It's too far. Hurry up. The best thing about Grandpa's house was the wonderful garden. I grow all my own vegetables, Grandpa said proudly. So nice and neat in rows. Very organized. I don't eat vegetables, Oliver told Grandpa. I only eat French fries. If you want French fries, said Grandpa, you must find the potatoes. If you find something else, you eat that and no complaints. Is that a bargain? Okay, so we kind of gave it away on this page, but Oliver says he only likes French fries. But, fun fact, French fries are made from the potato. So on his quest for potatoes, he runs into some other vegetables along the way. Oliver ran around the garden, but he couldn't see any potatoes. They must be hiding, he said, and pulled at the nearest leaves. Carrots, said Grandpa, just the thing for Monday's supper. That night, Oliver ate his first carrots. Okay, Sammy, what do you think? Do you think he liked them? Oliver took a long time making up his mind on Tuesday. Gran and Grandpa came to watch him. Those crinkly leaves are pretty, he said at last. Are the potatoes there? Nope. Spinach, said Grandpa. They had spinach for supper. That was good, said Oliver. So Oliver, who thought he only liked French fries, turns out he's liking a couple of other things too. On Wednesday, Oliver got up early. Potatoes are very important, he said, so they must have big leaves. Here they are. Grandpa smiled. That's rhubarb. They had rhubarb pie that evening. That was very good, said Oliver. Okay, so now he's tried rhubarb and liked it. It rained on Thursday. When it stopped, Oliver hurried outside. Have you found the potatoes? Grandpa asked. No, said Oliver. I've found slugs and snails, though. Are they eating my potatoes? Grandpa shook his head. That's cabbage. Oliver had 2 helpings. Very, very good, he said. Has anyone tried cabbage? It's a different flavor, but it's tasty. On Friday, Oliver was sure that he had found the potatoes. When he pulled at the leaves, up came a bunch of beets. Oliver ate all of his beet salad. Very, very, very good, he said. That's another vegetable that Miss Mary has never had. I've never had a beet. Does anybody like beets? Let me know. On Saturday, Oliver played soccer. The ball landed in a tangle of sticks and leaves. Oliver was sure the potatoes weren't there, and Grandpa nodded. Peas, he said. Oliver had 3 helpings of pea soup that evening. Was it good? Asked Grandpa. No, said Oliver. It was delicious. Oliver rushed into the garden on Sunday. Here they are. How did you know? Asked Grandpa. They were the only things left, said Oliver. Can we have French fries now? Oliver asked. You scrub the potatoes, said Gran, and I'll peel them. Grandpa can cut them up. Okay, so they're making homemade French fries. Oliver, Gran, and Grandpa sat down to eat. The door opened and in walked Oliver's mother. She saw the plate of French fries. Oh dear, I did hope Oliver would eat something different while he was here, she said. Oliver and Grandpa looked at each other. His mother stared as they laughed and laughed and laughed. Because the truth is, Oliver ate a lot of different things that weren't French fries while he was visiting Grandma and Grandpa. So he tried a whole bunch of different vegetables that he didn't think he'd like, and he ended up loving them. So that's a good message, I think. Try something new, and you might just surprise yourself and be like, wow, that was delicious. I had no idea. So, okay. This is the book that I was going to save for closer to Halloween, so I think that is my story time on the 28th. But it fit with the vegetable theme too, so I'm reading it today. This is called Creepy Carrots by Erin Reynolds, and I promise it's not that creepy, but it's a lot of fun. So some people may have heard this story before. Pretty popular a couple of years ago. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Krakenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. Oh my, that is a lot of carrots growing in the ground over there. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. Until they started following him. What? The carrots were following him? He first noticed something strange after the big game against East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. Okay, I've never heard a carrot creep, but I'm going to believe that's what it sounds like. He turned, but nothing was there. Just my imagination, he thought. But he hopped a little faster, just in case. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were. Jasper whipped around, but nothing, just his ducky and a washcloth. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly, just in case. The next morning, he approached Krakenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Phew! Creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. Mom! Oh, but when he arrived home that evening, Mom, Jasper screamed, creepy carrots in the shed. His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. There are no such things as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it, breathing, terrible, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, creepy carrots! He shouted, Dad! Dad! His dad jumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. Just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now go to sleep. Well, that wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. Okay, so looks like he's making a little bit of a fence, right? As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no tunk, tunk, tunk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field cheered. Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch again. So that was their plan all along. They were trying to scare him so that he would leave them alone and stop eating them. I love that story. So what a good twist at the end. Oh, hi Margie. Kermit, I know I keep forgetting him. I am so sorry. I'm gonna have to like set a reminder in my phone for next week that I bring him. He's on my couch at home, chilling. I'm sorry. I'll bring him next week. I promise. Please remind me when you see me at work. Fun fact: I work with Margie, so please remind me. Otherwise, sometimes I don't even remember what day it is. So, like, definitely remind me about Kermit for next week. All right. I did start a little bit late today, just a few minutes, but I have one more story, so we will go a little bit past 4. Hope that's okay with all of you. I really like to get in the all the stories I picked. And this was the book that I found first yesterday, and it inspired the whole vegetable theme for today. So I wanted to save it for last. I thought it was cool, and hopefully you do too. It's called Goodnight Veggies by Diana Murray and Zachariah Ahora. Okay. Sunset in the garden. Robins in their nest. Tossing, turning veggies need to get some rest. Turnips tucked in tightly. Potatoes closing eyes. Tuckered out tomatoes humming lullabies. Cuddly cauliflowers, droopy pods of peas. Rhubarbs reading stories to worn-out broccolis. Baby carrots snuggling. Baby lettuce, too. Baby eggplants dreaming. Aww. Page. Yep. Of places far and new. Cucumbers are calm, lined up nice and neat. Golden yams are still, and beets are simply beet. Cabbages are nodding their leafy, sleepy heads. Radishes are dozing in cozy garden beds. Celery is snoring as sunset disappears. Cranky corn rolls over and covers up its ears. Get it? Ear corn. Every veggie snoozing beneath the moon so bright. For nothing's more exhausting than growing day and night. Good night, sleepy veggies. Sleep tight. Okay, that's true. Growing is tiring, right? That's why we all need our rest. Even our veggies at night need rest, our growing veggies. Oh, Margie, Sammy's going to remind us both. Thank you, Sammy. Miss Mary doesn't intend to forget Kermit every week, but somehow every week I forget him. So next week, Kermit's coming. He is making an appearance. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into Storytime this week. And it's funny because this Storytime theme came together unexpectedly this week. But it's funny because next week's Storytime, I already have my books planned. And it's a great theme. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's a good one. And I hope this one was fun for you too. And maybe you learned about vegetable gardens and things like that. And I loved hearing about your favorite veggies. I didn't see any comments about least favorite veggies, so maybe you like all your veggies. Cool. If you came in late and you missed any of the stories, the replay video will be available as soon as I end the live video. as always, or if you just want to hear the stories again. Otherwise, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in this week. I look forward to reading to you next week some more stories with a great theme. And have a great rest of your week. Hope everyone is doing well and staying healthy and safe. And I'll be back next week with more stories. Bye, everyone.